What if the coins you've been saving in jars, drawers, or old piggy banks for decades could actually fund your retirement, cover medical bills, or become a family inheritance worth millions? Yes, I'm talking about the 1969 D1 cent coin, a coin that has stunned collectors by reportedly reaching up to $47 million at auction. And before you scroll past or dismiss this as another online exaggeration, stop and check the coins in your own home, because the difference between an ordinary penny and a life-changing collectible is astonishingly precise. Starting with the basics. First, confirm the year on the coin, 1969. Then look for the mint mark, specifically a small d, located beneath the date on the obverse side to identify it as minted in Denver. But also know that no mint mark coins exist for comparison and can sometimes confuse collectors. Next, examine the coin for rare errors, most notably the famous 1969 D small date double die obverse, where the date appears doubled or the letters and numbers are sharply shifted, a subtlety that can make a world of difference in value. And while you're at it, observe the metal composition, 95% copper and 5% zinc for that year, along with weight, which should be approximately 3.11 grams for standard issues. And finally, assess the condition carefully, because high-grade, uncirculated coins without scratches, cleaning, or corrosion fetch the highest premiums, whereas even minor wear drastically lowers value. Now, picture this checklist as your personal tool. Year, 1969, mint mark, D, rare errors, particularly small date double die obverse, metal composition, copper, weight, 3.11 grams, and condition, uncirculated or gem mint. And keep that checklist in mind as we break down values realistically, starting from the everyday scenario where most coins you and your family might find in jars are ordinary circulated examples worth their face value of 1 cent, usable for vending machines or parking meters, but not yet transformative. Then moving up the ladder to higher grade examples, where uncirculated 1969 D pennies with strong luster and minimal marks may sell for several hundred to a few $1,000 depending on exact grade and certification. And while that is impressive for a coin that historically cost 1 cent, the real intrigue lies in rare error varieties, which are meticulously verified by professional grading services, where double die obverse errors, small date variations, and even proof coins with exceptional strike clarity can push values into the tens or hundreds of thousands. And this is where the coin transitions from overlooked pocket change to a serious collectible, the type that smart collectors, retirees, and families keep track of, because a single coin in pristine condition could make a substantial financial difference. And then there's the extreme high-end, the outlier example that stunned the world when a verified 1969 D small date double die penny in flawless condition went to auction and reportedly reached $47 million, a figure that, while extraordinary, emphasizes the potential hidden in what most Americans think of as everyday money. But let's be clear, not every coin you find is a jackpot, and this is where education and vigilance are critical. Cleaned coins, damaged or bent coins, counterfeits, and misidentified machine doubling versus true mint errors are common pitfalls that can drastically impact value, and online listings often exaggerate prices, making it vital to consult reputable sources, grading certifications, and professional appraisers to confirm authenticity and grade before making any assumptions. And understanding the historical context of the 1969 Denver Mint also adds perspective. That year, the U.S. Mint was producing billions of pennies for circulation, yet a tiny fraction of coins were subject to die errors during production, either from striking anomalies or misaligned dies, and these coins, once struck and preserved without circulation, became the rare treasures that today's collectors seek. So the story isn't just about a coin, it's about legacy, smart collecting, financial awareness, and protecting assets that may be hiding in plain sight, with each jar of coins or family inheritance holding the possibility of a remarkable find. And remember, the checklist repeats itself in every careful examination. Verify the year, 1969, the mint mark, D, inspect for small date or double die errors, note metal composition, copper, weigh if necessary, 3.11 grams, and evaluate condition, uncirculated or gem mint, and by reinforcing these steps, you're equipping yourself and your family with the knowledge to spot potential treasures immediately, because these coins aren't just collectibles. They are a bridge between generations, a financial safety net, and an educational journey into the nuances of U.S. coin history. And it doesn't stop at the 1969 D penny. The approach applies to countless coins that might be sitting unnoticed in your home, waiting for a meticulous eye to spot errors, rare mintings, or exceptional condition that transform everyday coins into extraordinary assets. And imagine the peace of mind for retirees knowing that a small jar of pennies could supplement retirement income, help pay unexpected medical expenses, or provide a meaningful gift to children or grandchildren, giving real-world relevance to what might otherwise be considered trivial loose change. And as you begin the hunt, pay close attention to subtle features that distinguish a standard coin from a collectible, such as doubling on the date, raised letters, unusual spacing, or unusually sharp details that indicate a die error, because these nuances, though small, are precisely what separate a coin worth a few cents from one worth tens of thousands or even millions in exceptional cases. And while excitement builds at the possibility of a rare find, it's crucial to remain grounded in reality. Most coins are common, ordinary, circulated examples. But that should not diminish the thrill of checking every coin in your jars, drawers, and piggy banks, because every potential collectible you discover adds to your understanding of American numismatics, the history of the U.S. Mint, and the subtle interplay between rarity, condition, and historical significance that drives value. And as you examine each coin, keep in mind the critical checklist: 1969, D mint mark, small date double die or other verified error, copper composition, standard weight of 3.11 grams, and condition assessment, because repeated evaluation reinforces retention and ensures that you do not miss any hidden treasures. And consider the stories behind each coin. The meticulous process at the Denver Mint in 1969, the slight variations in dies that produced rare errors, and the decades of circulation or preservation that determined which coins survived in pristine condition, making the ones that did exceptionally valuable. And think about your family, neighbors, or local community members who may have similar coins tucked away, because spreading awareness is part of the excitement. Sharing knowledge can help others uncover wealth in the most unexpected places, and it emphasizes the broader lesson of financial mindfulness and asset protection, reminding seniors, collectors, and families that value is sometimes hiding in plain sight, waiting to be recognized and preserved. So take the time to carefully check your coins against the checklist: year, mint mark, rare errors, metal composition, weight, and condition. And once you identify promising candidates, seek professional grading and authentication to confirm value, ensuring that every decision is informed and accurate, because in the world of high-end coin collecting, credibility is everything, and avoiding pitfalls like cleaning, counterfeits, or misidentification preserves both financial and historical integrity. And this process also connects us to broader themes of American heritage, as each coin embodies a piece of national history, from economic conditions and minting technology in 1969 to the evolving interest in coins as financial instruments and collectible treasures, all while reinforcing the idea that ordinary citizens can participate in a market that has historically been the domain of wealthy collectors, making every discovery in a household jar of pennies a potentially transformative moment. And remember, while the story of the $47 million 1969 D penny is the extreme, it underscores the principle that careful observation, knowledge, and preservation can turn modest items into extraordinary assets. which is why checking every coin, every jar, and every hidden stash is not just curiosity. It's financial prudence, family security, and an educational journey, and the checklist, repeated throughout, serves as your constant guide. Verify the year, 1969. Check the mint mark, D. Inspect for small date double die or other error features. Confirm metal composition. Copper, weigh if needed, 3.11 grams, and scrutinize condition, uncirculated or gem mint, and this methodical approach ensures that nothing is overlooked, while also fostering appreciation for the craft of coin production and the delicate chance that made some coins rarities. And as you think about the potential impact on retirement, inheritance, and unexpected expenses, imagine the difference a single verified rare coin could make, and how that realization transforms mundane pocket change into a story of opportunity, historical intrigue, and personal legacy. And finally, as you finish examining your collection, share your discoveries with family, friends, and fellow collectors. Like, comment, and subscribe to stay informed about hidden American coin treasures, because every jar of coins could hold a gem, every careful inspection builds knowledge, and every shared tip increases the chance that someone's overlooked penny today could be tomorrow's life-changing find. And remember, repetition is key. Year, 1969, mint mark, D. Rare errors, especially small date double die obverse. Composition, copper, weight, 3.11 grams. Condition, uncirculated or gem mint. Repeat the checklist until it becomes second nature, and by following these steps, educating yourself and others, and remaining vigilant about authenticity, condition, and provenance, you empower yourself to recognize, preserve, and potentially profit from coins that would otherwise remain overlooked, turning decades of loose change into lessons in financial security, family legacy, and the captivating history of American coinage. And that's why checking your 1969 D pennies, sharing this video with your loved ones, and engaging with a community of collectors is not just fun, it's a practical, potentially life-altering step toward uncovering hidden treasures that could change the course of your financial future. Next, 1976 1-cent USA coin. What if a simple penny, the very change that has been sitting in jars, drawers, or piggy banks for decades, could actually secure your retirement, cover medical bills, or even become a family inheritance worth millions? Yes, today we are talking about the 1976 1-cent USA coin, a coin that has shocked the numismatic world by reportedly fetching up to $41 million at auction. And before you dismiss this as another online exaggeration or too good to be true story, stop for a moment and take a close look at the coins you or your family may have accumulated over the years, because the difference between an ordinary penny and a once-in-a-lifetime collectible is incredibly precise, and the first step is knowing exactly what to check. Begin with the year, 1976, clearly stamped on the obverse side, then look for the mint mark, which may be a small D for Denver or S for San Francisco. But remember, many coins may have no mint mark at all, and that itself can be part of the evaluation process. Next, focus on rare errors that collectors obsess over, particularly the 1976 double die obverse, where the date or lettering appears doubled or unusually thickened, subtle shifts that dramatically increase value. And while examining these features, also note the metal composition. For 1976 pennies, this is primarily 95% copper and 5% zinc, with a standard weight of 3.11 grams. And finally, critically assess the condition. Uncirculated or gem mint coins with full luster, no scratches, corrosion, or signs of cleaning are the ones that attract serious collectors and astronomically high prices, while circulated, worn, or damaged coins remain nearly worthless beyond face value. So take this as your personal checklist for every coin you find. Year, 1976, mint mark, D, S, or none, rare error, double die or other anomalies, metal composition, copper, weight, 3.11 grams, and condition, uncirculated or gem mint, and keep these points firmly in mind as we explore realistic values. Starting with the most common scenario where most coins in household jars are ordinary circulated examples worth a penny each, usable for pocket change, parking meters, or vending machines, but far from life changing. From there, higher grade coins, particularly those graded MS60 to MS65 by reputable grading services, can fetch hundreds to thousands of dollars, depending on strike quality and eye appeal. And while that may already feel impressive for a coin that originally cost 1 cent, the real excitement comes from rare error varieties, especially double die obverse or proof coins, where subtle differences in die alignment, letter doubling, or date size variations transform a mundane penny into a coveted collector's item worth tens of thousands, and sometimes even more. At the extreme high end, a verified 1976 double die obverse penny in flawless, uncirculated condition reportedly commanded $41 million at auction, an extraordinary sum that underscores the potential hidden in coins that have been sitting unnoticed in American homes for decades. And while this figure represents the absolute outlier, it emphasizes the importance of carefully examining each coin against the checklist. Because authenticity, condition, and verified grading are critical to determining true value, and common pitfalls abound. Clean coins, bent or damaged coins, counterfeits, and machine doubling that mimics true mint errors are all reasons why professional verification is essential, and online listings often exaggerate prices, making it tempting to overestimate value. So relying on trusted sources, grading certificates, and expert appraisals is vital before making decisions. Beyond the financial implications, understanding the historical context adds depth. 1976 marked the U.S. bicentennial, and while most pennies were produced for general circulation, the mint also faced production anomalies that year, resulting in a tiny fraction of coins with die errors that were preserved in perfect condition, creating a perfect storm for modern collectors. And these rare coins are more than currency, they are artifacts, capturing a moment in U.S. history, minting technology, and the meticulous craftsmanship of the Denver and San Francisco mints, which makes each discovery a blend of financial opportunity and historical significance. And as you inspect each coin, repeat the checklist to build retention. Year: 1976, mint mark, D, S, or none, rare error, double die or anomalies, metal composition, copper, weight, 3.11 grams, and condition, uncirculated or gem mint, because repeating these steps ensures that you do not overlook anything that could be a game changer. And while excitement builds at the thought of finding a $41 million coin, remain realistic. Most coins you encounter are ordinary, circulated examples, yet the thrill lies in the process of examining every coin, every jar, and every forgotten pocket stash. Because even if the coin you find isn't worth millions, you gain valuable knowledge about numismatics, coin grading, and the nuances that make coins collectible. And this knowledge is transferable to other coins in your collection, creating a mindset of smart collecting, financial awareness, and asset protection. Think of the potential impact on your family. A rare penny could supplement retirement income, cover unexpected medical expenses, or provide a meaningful gift to children or grandchildren, turning decades of saved loose change into a legacy. And as you carefully examine each coin, pay attention to subtle features like raised letters, date doubling, unusual spacing, or sharpness of design, because these small details distinguish a regular penny from a treasure. At the same time, educate yourself about common misconceptions, such as the difference between machine doubling and true mint errors, as misidentification can lead to disappointment or financial loss, and remain cautious of cleaned or polished coins, which often appear more appealing but drastically reduce value. because grading services will downgrade any coin showing evidence of cleaning or tampering, and even minor scratches, corrosion, or discoloration can significantly impact market price. The story of the 1976 penny is also a lesson in legacy and history. Produced during a period of national celebration, with billions of coins struck for circulation, yet only a tiny fraction emerged as rare errors in exceptional condition, highlighting how chance, preservation, and careful observation converge to create extraordinary collectibles. And this story ties directly to smart financial decisions, the importance of vigilance in evaluating assets, and the power of seemingly ordinary items to carry immense value, all while reinforcing the principles of family legacy and long-term planning. Because these coins may have sat forgotten in attics or drawers for decades, yet now they have the potential to change lives. And as you go through your collection, continuously reference the checklist. Year: 1976, mint mark, D.S. or none, rare error, double die obverse or other anomalies, composition, copper, weight, 3.11 grams, and condition, uncirculated or gem mint, because repetition ensures nothing is missed, and sharing this knowledge with family, friends, or fellow collectors increases the chances that a hidden treasure is recognized, preserved, and appreciated, turning what might seem like trivial pocket change into financial security, educational insight, and historical appreciation. And remember that verification through professional grading is critical. Coins with certification from PCS, NGC, or similar authorities are far more trusted in the marketplace, and investing the time to confirm authenticity and grade protects your potential financial gains. Moreover, the 1976 coin story underscores the importance of understanding rarity and condition. While many coins from that year are abundant and common, the double die errors and high-grade uncirculated examples are exceptionally rare, and these coins become almost like family heirlooms, tangible connections between history, heritage, and wealth creation, providing not just financial value, but also educational and sentimental significance. And as you examine each penny, keep the checklist front and center to reinforce retention. 1976, mint mark, D.S. or none, rare error, double die. Composition, copper, weight, 3.11 grams. Condition, uncirculated or gem mint, and this repeated practice ensures that even subtle anomalies are noticed. The lesson here extends beyond the coin itself. By taking the time to review every coin in your possession, jars of pennies collected over decades can turn into lessons in financial prudence, awareness of historical significance, and potential wealth. Especially for seniors, retirees, families, and collectors who have watched coins pass through generations, often without realizing their potential. And as you discover, inspect, and evaluate each coin, imagine the peace of mind knowing that even a single rare 1976 penny could supplement retirement savings, cover unexpected expenses, or become a treasured gift for future generations, demonstrating how knowledge, patience, and careful observation transform ordinary items into extraordinary assets. And remember, the excitement of the $41 million auction record is inspiring, but it also reinforces the importance of diligence. Most coins are common, yet those few that are rare, well-preserved, and correctly identified can make a life-changing difference. And by methodically applying the checklist repeatedly, educating yourself on mint errors, staying vigilant about condition, and seeking professional grading when necessary, you equip yourself to identify, preserve, and benefit from coins that may have been sitting unnoticed in your home for decades, turning the ordinary into the extraordinary. And finally, as you finish examining your collection, take action. Double-check every coin, share this video with family members, discuss findings with fellow collectors, and like, subscribe, and comment to stay informed about hidden American coin treasures, because every jar, drawer, or forgotten stash could contain the next $41 million 1976 penny. And by following these steps carefully, you combine financial awareness, historical education, legacy building, and the thrill of discovery, creating an experience that is not only potentially profitable, but deeply rewarding for you and your family. And to reinforce retention one last time, year 1976, mint mark, D.S. or none, rare error, double die or anomalies, metal composition, copper, weight, 3.11 grams, condition, uncirculated or gem mint. Because applying this checklist to every coin ensures that nothing is overlooked, every potential treasure is identified, and every opportunity to transform ordinary pocket change into a remarkable collectible is fully realized, securing both your financial future and your family legacy in the process. Next, 1960 1-cent USA coin. What if a single penny, the very coin that may have been sitting unnoticed in jars, drawers, or old coin purses in your home for decades, could actually secure your retirement, cover unexpected medical bills, or even become a family inheritance worth millions? Yes, today we're focusing on the 1960 1-cent USA coin, a coin that has stunned collectors by reportedly selling for up to $52 million at auction. And before you scroll past or dismiss this as an exaggerated story, pause for a moment and take a careful look at the coins in your home, because the difference between an ordinary penny and a life-changing collectible is precise and significant. And the first step is knowing exactly what to check. Start with the year, 1960, clearly stamped on the obverse side of the coin, then examine the mint mark, a small D, located beneath the date to indicate it was minted in Denver. But also note that 1960 no mint mark coins exist, which can sometimes be confusing and require careful attention. Next, inspect for rare errors that dramatically increase value, especially the famous 1960D small D double die obverse, where the date or letters appear doubled or unusually thickened, subtle shifts that are almost impossible to notice without careful scrutiny, while also noting the metal composition, 95% copper and 5% zinc, and the standard weight of 3.11 grams, and then assess the coin's condition, because uncirculated or gem mint examples with full luster, sharp details, and no scratches, cleaning, or corrosion command the highest premiums, while circulated, worn, or damaged coins remain almost entirely at face value. To make it easy, here is your personal checklist. Year, 1960, mint mark, D, rare errors, especially double die or small D varieties, metal composition, copper, weight, 3.11 grams, and condition, uncirculated or gem mint. And keep this checklist in mind as we break down values realistically, starting with the everyday scenario where most coins in jars are ordinary circulated examples worth 1 cent each, usable for pocket change, vending machines, or parking meters, but far from life-changing. Then moving to higher-grade coins, where uncirculated 1960D pennies graded MS60 to MS65 by trusted grading services can fetch several hundred to several $1,000s depending on strike quality and eye appeal. And while this is impressive for a coin that originally cost 1 cent, the real excitement comes from rare error varieties, particularly double die obverse coins, where subtle differences in die alignment, doubling of the date, or raised lettering can push values into the tens or hundreds of thousands. And these coins are the ones smart collectors, retirees, and families track carefully, because a single uncirculated or proof coin in exceptional condition could make a substantial financial difference. And at the extreme high end, a verified 1960D small D double die penny in flawless condition reportedly reached $52 million at auction, an extraordinary figure that underscores the potential hidden in coins that many Americans have overlooked for decades. And while this sum represents an extreme, it illustrates why careful observation, verification, and understanding of condition are crucial, and common pitfalls exist. Cleaned coins, damaged or bent coins, counterfeits, and machine doubling that mimics true mint errors can all drastically affect value, and online listings often exaggerate prices, making it essential to rely on trusted sources, professional grading certificates, and expert appraisers before assuming a coin's true worth. Understanding the historical context also adds depth. In 1960, the Denver Mint produced billions of pennies for circulation. Yet minor die variations and striking anomalies resulted in a tiny fraction of coins with errors that were preserved in perfect condition, creating today's rare treasures. And these coins are not only collectibles, but also pieces of American history, capturing the craftsmanship, technology, and minting processes of the era. And as you examine each coin, repeat the checklist to reinforce retention. Year: 1960. Mint mark: D. Rare error: small date, double die, or other anomalies. Metal composition: copper. Weight: 3.11 grams. And condition: uncirculated or gem mint, because repetition ensures that nothing is overlooked and subtle anomalies are noticed. And while excitement builds at the possibility of finding a coin worth millions, it's important to stay realistic. Most coins are ordinary and circulated, yet the thrill lies in carefully checking every coin, jar, and hidden stash. Because even if a coin isn't worth millions, the process teaches valuable lessons about numismatics, grading, error identification, and the characteristics that make a coin collectible, all of which apply to countless coins in your collection. Think of the potential impact on your family. A rare penny could supplement retirement income, cover unexpected expenses, or become a treasured gift for children or grandchildren, transforming decades of loose change into a meaningful legacy. And as you examine coins, pay close attention to subtle features like raised letters, thickened or double dates, unusual spacing, or exceptionally sharp details, because these nuances distinguish a standard penny from a rare collectible. At the same time, educate yourself on common misconceptions, including the difference between machine doubling and true mint errors, since misidentification can lead to disappointment or financial loss, and remain cautious of cleaned, polished, or tampered coins, which drastically reduce value, because grading services will downgrade any coin showing evidence of cleaning, scratches, corrosion, or discoloration. The story of the 1960 penny also emphasizes legacy and historical significance. Produced during a time of increasing circulation with billions of coins minted, yet only a fraction survived as rare, uncirculated errors in exceptional condition, highlighting how chance, preservation, and careful observation converge to create extraordinary collectibles. And these coins connect financial opportunity with historical appreciation, teaching us the importance of vigilance, smart collecting, and awareness of assets, because coins that have sat forgotten in drawers or jars for decades may now be worth tens of millions. As you examine each penny, continuously reference the checklist. 1960, mint mark, D, rare error, small date or double die, composition, copper, weight, 3.11 grams, condition, uncirculated or gem mint, because repeating these steps ensures that nothing is missed, and sharing your findings with family, friends, and fellow collectors increases the chances that hidden treasures are recognized, preserved, and appreciated, turning what seems like ordinary pocket change into financial security, educational insight, and historical connection. And remember that verification through professional grading is critical. Coins certified by PCGS, NGC, or similar authorities are far more trusted, and taking the time to confirm authenticity and grade protects your potential financial gains. Moreover, the 1960 coin story highlights the significance of rarity and condition. While most coins from that year are common and ordinary, the double die errors and high-grade uncirculated examples are extraordinarily rare, and these coins often serve as family heirlooms, tangible links between history, heritage, and wealth creation, providing not just financial value but also educational and sentimental significance. As you inspect coins, keep the checklist in mind to reinforce retention. Year: 1960, mint mark, D, rare error. Small date double die or anomalies. Composition: copper. Weight: 3.11 grams. Condition: uncirculated or gem mint. And this methodical approach ensures even subtle anomalies are noticed. The lesson here extends beyond individual coins. By reviewing every coin in your possession, jars of pennies collected over decades become lessons in financial prudence, awareness of historical significance, and potential wealth, especially for seniors, retirees, families, and collectors who may have watched coins pass through generations without realizing their potential. As you discover, inspect, and evaluate coins, consider the peace of mind knowing that even a single rare 1960 penny could supplement retirement, cover unexpected expenses, or serve as a treasured gift for future generations, demonstrating how knowledge, patience, and careful observation transform ordinary items into extraordinary assets. And remember, the excitement of the $52 million record is inspiring but also reinforces the importance of diligence. Most coins are common, yet those few rare, well-preserved, and correctly identified can make life-changing differences, and by methodically applying the checklist repeatedly, educating yourself about mint errors, being vigilant about condition, and seeking professional grading when necessary, you equip yourself to identify, preserve, and benefit from coins that may have been sitting unnoticed for decades, turning ordinary pocket change into extraordinary collectibles. And finally, as you finish inspecting your collection, take action. Double-check every coin. Share this video with family members, discuss findings with fellow collectors, and like, subscribe, and comment to stay informed about hidden American coin treasures, because every jar, drawer, or forgotten stash could contain the next $52 million 1960 penny, and by following these steps carefully, you combine financial awareness, historical education, legacy building, and the thrill of discovery, creating an experience that is not only potentially profitable, but deeply rewarding for you and your family. And to reinforce retention one last time, year: 1960, mint mark, D, rare error, small date double die or anomalies. Composition: copper. Weight: 3.11 grams. Condition: uncirculated or gem mint. Because applying this checklist to every coin ensures that nothing is overlooked, every potential treasure is identified, and every opportunity to transform ordinary pocket change into a remarkable collectible is fully realized, securing both your financial future and your family legacy in the process.